outreach channel, and it worked, well. So
Tamak, you are looking for things to validate that you shouldn't do
No,
things. Yes, you are.
no, bro.
Yes, you. I don't give a fuck what you
I'm
say.
just trying to
No,
save
no,
my time, bro.
no,
I'm just
no.
trying to
This is
save my
you.
time.
You're trying to save your time. No, you're running from everything. You are. And this is the truth. And the thing is, it's not just you, it happens to all of us, but you're running from it. You're like, well, but Stefan, I heard lumens don't work, so I'm not sure. And you just keep planting seeds of doubt in your head, and doubt everywhere. Well, DMs don't work because I got 0 replies. Well, Henrik said lumens don't work, so lumens are going to work for me. And well, cold calls, no one picks up, so I can't do cold calls. And dude, I don't care what you say. It's a victim mindset. And here's the thing. Whether those things are objectively true or not, they will not help you. And this goes for everybody here. No matter if these beliefs you have are true or not, they won't help you. Like, it won't help you to believe that looms don't work. It won't help you to believe that cold calls don't work. It won't help you to believe that cold emails won't work. Because guess what? Then you doubt yourself. And here's the thing. If you doubt yourself, one of two things happen. One, you don't do it at all because you go, well, it doesn't work. Or two, you do it, but you do it looking to validate the idea it doesn't work. So guess what? Subconsciously, you do the thing to try and fail. It sounds crazy and we're like, no, I would never do that. But people do this. People join programs, people join coaching programs, mentorships, courses with the intention of proving it doesn't work. Alex made a video on this a while back where he talked about this. People will join stuff, even though they doubt it, they'll join. But they join to prove that the guy was fucking wrong and that they were right. Just so they can go back in and say, yeah, look, his program sucks, this guy doesn't work, that guy doesn't work. As a matter of fact, some of you are probably doing this right fucking now in this thing. In this group, some of you probably join with the doubt, and there's a part of you that's like, you still doubt. And therefore, every time you fail, of course you want to succeed, but you actually don't feel that bad because you're like, I was right. And you feel good because you go, I was right. It doesn't work. I was right. Cold DMs don't work. I was right. Looms don't work. I was right. Cold calls don't work. I was right. This niche sucks. I was right. That offer doesn't work. I was right. Stefan was wrong. And guess what happens? Then you get mad at me. You churn. You leave. And guess what? You're still fucking broke. Like, the thing is, I know this sounds crazy, but people actually do this. Seriously, I've seen this firsthand so many times in different programs. Even the company I consulted earlier this year, multi 7-figure company, right? Same thing. People join to try and fucking prove to the guys that, hey, you're wrong. And what will happen is most of the guys that come in with that intention, they'll work, they'll show up, they'll do the things they're told to do, but they'll do it subconsciously trying to fail to validate that they were right. And the time when you get results is when you finally sit in your mind and go, fuck that bullshit. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck what I think. I don't give a fuck if cold DMs are bad or if this sucks or if this sucks. I'm going to find a way to make it work. And guess what? The people that find a way to make it work are the ones that do and the ones that make money. It's that simple. But so many people have this doubt lingering in their mind that, I don't know. And therefore they have disbelief, and disbelief is like, doubting yourself is the worst thing you can do in entrepreneurship. Like, you could be mad at yourself, you could be sad, you could be angry, you could be whatever the fuck. The second you have doubt in yourself, everything ruins. Because you start to doubt. And then you go, I don't know, I'm not that good. I'm not that smart. I'm not that this. And guess what? This self-talk starts to eat you up. This is why people get depressed, because they go, I'm sad. And then guess what? They talk to the therapist goes, yeah, you're really sad. Talk to the counselor's like, yeah, you're really sad. You talk to the friends and go, yeah, I noticed you've been getting really sad lately. Right? And everyone around them tells them how sad they are. And they go, oh my God, yes. I thought I was sad. And everyone around me is telling me how sad I am. Woohoo! Yippee! Let's go. I validated that idea in my head. And they're like, yes, I was right. I was sad. And so when someone says, no, you're not depressed, depression is real, they go, fuck you, yes it is, you're a fucking piece of shit, depression is real. Why? Because they're defending their idea, they're defending their identity they've clinged on to. That's why when you say this stuff to people, like, guess what, I was depressed, is depression fun? Not at all. But when you say to someone, hey, depression isn't real, guess what the first thing depressed people do? They go, fuck you, you don't understand, you don't know shit about this, you don't know this, you don't know that, you don't understand how terrible it is. You know, but it's like, dude, imagine if there was an alternate universe in which depression wasn't real, in which you were happy all the time and you loved your life. Like, wouldn't that be amazing? Like, wouldn't that be fucking awesome? If you truly get someone, they're like, well, of course, but that's not possible. Do you see? Like, do you see what happens? Even though there's a chance that the depression maybe couldn't be real, they don't even want to believe it. Why? Because they've clinged on to this identity, and they want to prove to themselves that they are right. Which is why so many people stay depressed for so long, because they just want to believe it. They want to believe they're depressed because then they were right. And the second you believe you're not depressed, you were wrong. And a lot of people can't fathom the fact that they may be wrong. They can't fathom the idea that there may be a chance that they were wrong, their mom was wrong, their dad was wrong, and their doctor was wrong. People literally can't fathom that. There's no way my doctor could be wrong. There's no way the doctor could be lying to me. There's no way the government could be lying to me. And you start to pick up on this stuff, right? People really truly believe that the government is some beautiful, amazing agency that wants to help you, that wants to really, really help you. We all know that's not fucking true. We know that, but a lot of people don't know that. Right? And say, well, no, there's no way the COVID vaccine could have been bad. There's no way. And they don't believe it. And even if evidence comes out, they still won't believe it. Why? Because it would ruin their whole fucking world. It would ruin their paradigm of reality. Which is why people don't do that. And to bring it back to the course thing, so many, and some of you guys probably do this, try and go out there, and once again, unless you really, really think, you'll be like, oh no, I don't do that. A lot of you do. And you try and look for things that fail just to prove I was right. I was right, Stefan. Those looms don't fucking work. I was right, Stefan. That script doesn't work. And you'll be like, oh, Stefan, help me make a new script because you want to get a new script because you want to make money. But at the end of the day, you don't actually feel that bad because you're like, I was right. And humans want to be right all the time. So we just want to be right. And so we're right. Even if you're broke, you're still going to be fucking happy. Which is why so many of these people will quite literally join a program or a course or a mentorship or whatever and do the bare minimum. Do the bare minimum so they can say they tried. And then leave and go, nah, that guy's a scammer. Which is why you have so many people online saying Tate's thing is a scam, Luke Belmar's thing is a scam, this is a scam, that's a scam, this is a scam. Now, granted, of course there are scams out there, but typically speaking, the way I explained this in the video I made this morning is the real world of scam. If there's a red car outside, you guys can't see, but there's a lot of roads, huge highway here, okay? Imagine if there's a red car that crashes right now. Would we go and say, oh, all red cars are bad, red cars crash, if you drive a red car, you're fucked because the red cars are bad? No, we wouldn't say that. We would go, the person driving that red car is a fucking idiot. We wouldn't blame it on the car, yet when it comes to courses and stuff, we blame it on the fucking car, on the course. Oh, that course is bad. It's like, no, because there's other people that drive red cars that don't crash. So that doesn't make any sense, right? So it's not the course, it's the person. Because people go in with this idea of, I don't want to make it work. They literally go in with, and the thing is, they subconsciously think this, of, I don't want to make it work. I want to validate the fact that, the fuck? I want to validate the fact that maybe, just maybe, okay, this doesn't work. So I can feel good about myself when I fail because guess what? They're already setting themselves up for failure. They're already assuming they're going to fail. They're setting themselves up for failure going by, I know I'm going to fail, and so I want to validate that idea. And then guess what? And then they do fail. But guess what? They were expecting to fail, so they're happy about it because they're like, I was right, I failed. But think about that mindset in and of itself. You're happy when you fail. Now, I'm not saying you guys sit here and go, woohoo, I'm happy when I fail, but part of you doesn't actually feel that bad because you intended on it happening and you blame it on someone else. So when looms don't work, or when DMs don't work, or when cold calls don't work, or when that script doesn't work, or when this offer doesn't work, the first thing you do is blame it on someone else. Well, fuck Thomas Gannett. He's the one that gave me the stupid cold calling script and I didn't book any meetings. Well, fuck Hermosi. He told me to do this and it didn't work. Or fuck Stefan. He told me to send this outreach message and I didn't get any replies. And they blame it on other people. And they have this victim mentality of it's all their fault, none of it's my fault. And it starts to eat them up. It starts to eat them up and eat them up and eat them up because it's always their fault, never my fault. And guess what happens? Those people never make it anywhere because they always blame everything on everyone else but themselves. And so they go out in the world and they constantly try and validate the fact that they're always right. And guess what? Their right is proving everyone else's thing doesn't work. And do you see how that happens? Do you see the
what you
paradigm?
do?
Right?
It's fun.
Well, hold up.
How about Jack?
Hold up.
Jack is a really good example.
Hold up. But so this paradigm gets fucking skewed because the person is trying to fail. And that's why they never make it anywhere. Because this victim mentality. And I argue a lot of entrepreneurs are like this. A lot of people go out there they're like, they say they want to make money. They say they want to have nice cars and nice fake Rolexes like I do. Right? They say they want that stuff. But deep down, they're trying to prove failure. To prove it doesn't work. To prove that, yep, I was right all along. But guess what? You can inverse this. You can actually inverse this by doing the opposite, by proving, fuck you, mom, I'm going to prove to you it does work. Fuck you, Stefan, you said cold DMs don't work. Let me prove to you it does work. And this is the mentality I have. I don't know if I've ever told the story before, but there was a time a couple years ago with my ex-girlfriend where her mom was burning a lot of newspaper outside. And this newspaper, she was crumpling up every single one, throwing it in the fire. I was like, that takes so long. Why the fuck are you doing that? Why don't you just go out there, put all the newspaper on the fire, lay it on fire? She said, Stefan, you're an idiot. You can't do that. I was like, yes, you can. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you can burn it like that way. She's like, no, you can't. You don't understand, Stefan. And so guess what I did? For the next 3 hours, I sat my ass in the freezing fucking cold in the snow, trying to prove you can burn the newspaper that way. Guess what? You can. It just takes even longer than crumpling it up. But I was determined to prove you could do it that way. Even I was literally disproving the point that it was quicker. I still wanted to prove that you could burn the paper that way just to prove her wrong. And the thing is, I notice this all the time in my life. I always try and prove people wrong. The second someone said, I bet you can't do that, I'm like, oh, really? Oh, and even if it's stupid, like this fucking newspaper example, I will prove them wrong. Why? Because I just That's the way I am. I just want to prove people wrong. And so when someone says, oh, cold DMs don't work, I'm like, let me do cold DMs just to prove it does work. As a matter of fact, that cold calling video I made about 2 months ago, I've made that video just to prove, the title is literally this, is what it says, just to prove cold calling is easy. I literally sat down and was like, fuck it, you know what, let me cold call. Just to prove to everyone else that in my YouTube comments, in fucking here, in my Discord, on YouTube, that cold calling is fucking easy. I wanted to prove that. Why? Because I want to prove everyone else wrong. I want to do the opposite everyone else thinks, right? And I also want to be a beacon of light for people to see that, hey, like, you know, maybe this thing is possible, right? Maybe the thing that you want is actually truly possible. And so, yeah, I've always, the thing is, you know, like this is, I can't sit here and be like, oh, here's how you get the mindset, because truth be told, I've always had this. From a young age, I've always been, if you ever get the chance to talk to my parents, they will tell you how overly optimistic and stupid and naive I am. Like, genuinely, those are words I've always been called: delusional, naive, stupid, outrageous, from a young kid when I was even like 4. Because I don't know what it was, I don't know why and how God blessed me, but I've always had this mentality of, I just want to show people up, I want to prove everyone wrong. Just everyone in every aspect. It doesn't matter what it is. Oh, Stefan, you're not a good setter. Guess what? I became a fucking setter. Right? Oh, you know, Stefan, you suck at speaking English. Boom, I learned English in a fucking month. Like, it didn't matter what it was. I would always want to show people up. Always. It doesn't fucking matter who I'm with. Hockey teams, with a fucking girl, with my family. I always want to make sure I'm the best. I always want to prove just everybody wrong. That's just the way I operate. And the thing is, I'll do it for such stupid shit. Like, stuff that's dumb sometimes. We're on a fucking icy road. This guy beside me wants to race. You best believe I will fucking race him. Is that smart? Probably fucking not. I don't give a fuck what kind. I don't know if you guys know this. Way back when I had like the super shitty Toyota, driving on the highway back home to visit my family, there was a guy beside me in like a 2020 something Corvette. Fucking nice car. Guess what I try to do? I try to fucking race him. Every single time he'd blow by me, I catch up and I like wait. I drop my gear so I could have, you know, a bit more power, and boom, and blow past him. I'm like, haha, motherfucker, and I would just start go as fast as I can, damn well knowing I could get pulled over at any moment and be fucked, just to get ahead of him. Every time I end up catching up, but I just wanted to fucking beat him, even though fundamentally I was never gonna win that race. I still fucking tried because I'm so delusional to that extent. And sometimes you just have to be. And so I'm sorry I can't sit here and give you a fucking blueprint of, hey, just adopt this mindset. But I hope that me sharing with you this can at least open your eyes to, And the thing is, this is hard to say. Maybe I am that guy. Maybe I am that fucking guy that says he wants to work. And of course I would love if it worked in my agency work and I made money. But maybe deep down, I just don't believe any of it works. And me doing it is just here to try and prove it doesn't work. And if it does work, great, I'll be happy. But at the end of the day, I don't actually believe, and therefore I expect it not to work. And so therefore when it does, I'm not even that surprised. And the thing is, as much as we don't want to admit this is most people. And a lot of us sit here and say, oh no, I'm not that guy, but you are. But you are. Because promise you this, the guy that doesn't operate that way doesn't give a fuck. When something goes wrong, he doesn't give a fuck. He says, I will make it right. When his show up rate is 0, he will just figure it the fuck out. Because he'll just figure it out. He doesn't want to sit here and like start bitching, complaining. He's like, oh, my show up rate. He doesn't sit here and say, oh, my show up rate sucks. He'll find a way to fucking fix it. He'll just fucking find a way. Always will find a fucking way to make it happen. And those are the kind of people that subconsciously win because they're always trying to find a way. When something goes wrong, they don't bitch and complain. Sure, you can ask questions, but they don't bitch and complain and go, oh, I have a 0% response rate on my email. No one replied to my DMs. No one viewed my Loom. No one wants to hop on a call with me. That's a victim mentality. It's not no one wants to hop on a call with you, not no one replied. It's you didn't send a good enough message to make people reply. You didn't send a good enough email to make people want to hop on a call with you. You didn't frame it right enough for them to hop on a call with you. And then the question is, what are you doing about it? The way you can tell if someone's going to be successful is the way they ask themselves questions. When something bad happens, you go, why does my cold email not work? Or what could I have done better that could make my cold email work better? What could I have changed my offer to make more people like me? How could I change what I'm doing? How could I become better? The successful people ask themselves, what could I do? The bad people just say, why didn't this work? You can tell if someone's going to be successful by the way they ask themselves questions, by the way they talk to themselves. When something goes wrong, do you blame it on the thing or do you blame it on you? And when something does wrong, do you ask yourself what you could have done better? Or do you sit there and just hope things get better? Well, I didn't book any meetings from cold calling. Cold calling sucks. This script sucks. No. Okay, what could I do better next time? Next time I cold call, what could I do better than I did today that would make me more likely to book more calls? And let me do that next time. And monitor and iterate and iterate and iterate. When Kobe missed a shot, do you think, I missed a shot. The rim sucks. No. He went, why did I fucking miss that shot? Well, Kobe, there's 3 guys on you pulling your fucking pants down and you're at 3-point line. Of course you're not going to make the shot. Kobe would say, no, it was my fault. You know why? Because he wanted to have the control. He wanted to be able to get better. And so guess what he would do? He would go in the fucking gym, get 3 coaches to fucking stand on him to make sure that he was replicating the same shot and find a way to figure out how to make that work. And that's why Kobe became Kobe. Because he was always looking for a way that he could improve. It didn't fucking matter about the circumstances. Did not matter. He just always wanted to find a way to improve. And if you don't have that mindset, you'll just continually and perpetually lose because you are a victim to your own mentality. And that doesn't work nor serve you well. And the thing is, this isn't something you just snap your fingers and change overnight. And some of you might be sitting here going, "Oh, I'm not like that." You are. For those of you that are sitting here going, "Yeah, I'm like that," good. I'm glad you acknowledged it. I'll see if I can even find the Hermosi video to share with you, because the people that go from this absolutely like, fuck these guys, they're scammers, but I just want to prove that, yada, 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 are the guys who have the most transformative results. Because you're the one, like, think about it, you have the most room to grow. Like, you have the absolute most room to grow. Like, if anything, you're at the most advantage here because you have so much untapped potential that no one even knows about yet, that you don't even know about yet. Okay, so I hope that if you are one of those, and you can realize that, you're like, wow, you know what? And consciously start to make this change in your mindset, in things, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And when you do this, like, you just become a fucking new breed, right? If you're not in the shape you want to be, that's your fucking fault. If I even look now versus last year, the difference of my physique is so much better. Fundamentally, not much has actually changed in terms of my diet and in terms of going to the gym, but I just stopped blaming myself for the reason because for context, my whole life I had an eating disorder. I even had to take lots of tests, went to the doctors, I even took different pills. I had an eating disorder, I genuinely did. I puked probably on average 3 times a week for my whole life growing up. And apparently I thought that was normal. Apparently that's not normal. Anyways, so yeah, I had an eating disorder. And so I always thought, I can't be big because of that. And the thing is, me believing that didn't fucking help. But guess what? I never got big. Until I decided, fuck this. Fuck this shit. I'm the one that's responsible. I don't give a fuck what my stomach says. I don't give a fuck what my body says. I'm responsible. And the second I started to become responsible for the fact that I wasn't as big as I wanted to be, I took it into my own hands. Instead of here saying, oh, nope, I have a high metabolism and I have eating disorder, which I probably still do. I don't fucking know. Most likely. I don't give a fuck, because guess what? That belief doesn't serve me, and therefore I don't hold it. Because it doesn't fucking help me out. It doesn't make me any better. Doesn't make me bigger. And so I don't want to hold it. And I took full and complete utter accountability for that. I wasn't where I wanted to be. And after doing that, slowly but surely, I started getting to way better physique. And now I might be in the best physique of my life. Some of you guys may see some pictures. I feel pretty fucking good. I still have a long way to go, but I'm definitely getting way better. And the thing is, it's the same with everything else in my life. The second I started to just take accountability, things started to get better. Whenever there's a problem, just say, that's my bad. And the thing is, this is still a hard habit for me to do. When there's a problem, not blaming someone else, right? Or when it's cold outside, instead of going, "Oh, it's cold outside," "Oh, I didn't dress well. I didn't dress warm enough. That's my bad." Right? When there's traffic, instead of going, "Oh, fuck this, there's traffic," like, why did I take this route? That's my fault. I'm at fault because I took this route at this time. I should have known better. Just blame everything on yourself. And the thing is, this is so much easier said than done. Even myself, it's so fucking hard, because your natural tendency is to blame shit on other people and other things. Always is. When it's raining outside, people go, "Oh, it's raining." No, it's my fault. It's my fault it's raining, and it's my fault I didn't dress well enough. I need to do something about it. And for some of you, that may sound crazy. And it's like, yeah, it is. Welcome. Okay? But you have to just take complete and utter accountability for every little thing in your life. Every tiny little fucking thing. I know people are like, "Oh, but my parents make the food and that's why." Victim mentality. Get fucked. That's not going to help you. I don't give a fuck. Right? "Oh, but my parents make dinner and that's why I can't hit my..." Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Sure, say that for the rest of your life. Say that to me when you're 80. "Well, I couldn't do it because my parents said..." Cool, you can say it to me when you're 80. We'll see who gives a fuck then. Right? It doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't matter. And it's not going to help you either. And so all these limiting beliefs, all this self-talk, all this negativity doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form. Not at all. And so just don't do it. Just hold yourself accountable for every little thing, for every tiny little mini thing. Like everything. Like it doesn't matter. Like I don't care what it is the next time you go to complain about any little thing. I don't care what the fuck it is. Just blame it on yourself. Just get in the habit of blaming it on yourself. Imagine someone comes up to you and imagine someone drove in, okay, so don't say this in a legal thing because then you could actually fuck yourself over. So maybe don't do it there, right? Someone crashed into you. Don't say, oh, it's my fault. But to yourself, know it's your fault. Don't say it loud because then you get in legal trouble and you can get fucked. But to yourself, think it was your fault. But like, let's say like your girlfriend's all mad at you. Blah, 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 and she's the one at fault. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, babe, I'm sorry. You know what? That's okay. I'll take care of it. Just start to blame everything on yourself. And like don't be a bitch about this. Don't be a fucking simp. You know what I mean? But like, start to take accountability. When something goes wrong, just be like, hey, that's my bad. Right? When Vadim isn't on this call, Peter should say, you know what? That's my fault. I didn't text Vadim to be here. You know what? That's my fucking fault. Is it his fault? No. But guess what? If he starts to hold himself accountable for things, you start to hold yourself accountable for every little thing. And when you start to hold yourself accountable and responsible, you watch your life fucking change. Because guess what? Now you control everything. Now you control who's on these calls. I can sit here and blame Vadim for not being on the call. It's my fault. It's actually my fault he's on the call, and I truly believe that. I truly believe the reason Vadim isn't here is because it's my fault. But so funny, he's with his parents and it's a special birthday. It's still my fault. If I had a gun in my head, could I have got him on this call? Yeah, I could have. So it's my fault he's not here. It's my fucking fault. It just is. Okay? And the more you can operate this, the more power you have. Because when you blame everything on yourself, you have all the power. Because now you're the one in control. Right? When you blame the weather on yourself, guess what? You now have the control. Because you blame it on yourself so you can do something about it. What you blame, you give the power to. And so when you blame something else, you give it the power to change. So blame yourself because then you get the power. And when you have the power, you have the ability to change anything. Which is why you just need to blame yourself for every little thing. Right? When something goes wrong with your girlfriend, if you blame yourself, you now have the power. You now dictate everything. Right? Same with your parents, same with whatever. Same with the fact that if you're not making the amount of money you want to be making now, that is your fucking fault. It's not your niches, it's not your offers, it's not your mom's or your dad's or your universities or your job. It's your fucking fault. It is your fault for doing that. It's that simple. But Stefan, I work and I go to school and I go to the gym. It's your fucking fault. And until you accept that, and not just say, oh yeah, it's my fault, until you accept that, until you truly accept that, you'll forever, indefinitely be fucked. And you will not be successful. And the thing is, most of you in here right now are fucking like this. And you do not take accountability. And you blame everything else on the world. And guess what? That is why you are exactly where you fucking are, which is not where you want to be. Because you blame everyone but yourself. And you say you blame other people, you say you blame yourself, but you fucking don't. When something goes wrong, you always put it on someone else. When the prospect doesn't close, guess what? You blame it on the prospect. The prospect has no money. The prospect has no money. Who has the power? The prospect does. You don't. Right? Especially when I see this a lot in agencies. A lot of the guys I consulted earlier this year, one-on-one, who had pretty big agencies, a lot of them, especially with team members. There was a guy I was coaching who was doing about $50K a month. Yeah, but my team members keep churning and they suck. No, dude, you fucking suck. He got pissed. This guy was a bit of an older guy. He got fucking mad. He got pissed at me when I told him that he sucked. He was like, the fuck you say? I was like, yeah, you heard me. You suck. Your team doesn't suck. You fucking suck. And it's your fault they left. And he was kind of fucking mad. And this is a client. Goddamn. Right? I explained. I said, dude, I don't give a fuck if it was actually their fault or not. What was the thing? Like, he didn't do the dials. I said, that's your fault. He said, what the fuck do you mean? He's the one that didn't pick up the phone. I said, it was your fault. You didn't motivate him. You didn't tell him what to do. Or maybe you just hired the wrong guy. And who hired him? You did. So that's your fault. No, I didn't hire them. My assistant hired him. Okay, your assistant hired him. So you overview your assistant, correct? So then either you hired the wrong assistant or you didn't vet this guy enough, train your assistant enough to have him make a good decision. It's your fucking fault. And until you realize that, your team forever will suck and will keep leaving and leaving and leaving. Everything that happens is your fucking fault. If they didn't pick up the phone, it's your fault. If they're the wrong person, it's your fault. Everything is your fault. And until you can understand that, and until you can accept that, you'll forever have a shit team because you keep blaming everyone else. And guess what? Everyone else isn't going to fucking sit here and change your business. You're the only one that's going to. And so you have to blame yourself. You have to blame yourself. And guess what? The second he started blaming himself, he had a great team. Because he realized it actually was him. Here's the thing, whether it's actually you or not, if you blame yourself, you give the power. And so when it is your fault, you can do something about it. When it's not, at least you have the power so you can try and do something about it. Oh, my prospect was broke. Okay, did he actually have no money, or is this just a bullshit excuse you give? He actually had $0 in the account. Okay, why'd you hop on the call with him? That's your fault for hopping on the call with a guy that's unqualified. That is your fault. It's your fault that your free stuff didn't make him enough money for him to have money to pay you. It's your fault. Make better free stuff. Qualify your prospects better. It's your fault. Everything is your fault. Tate talks about this all the time. Everything is your fault. And when you accept that, when you internalize that, you change. And you change way for the better. And you have power and control over every little thing you do in your life. So, to Tamek, and actually to every single person in this fucking call, truly reflect and ask yourself, am I that guy that's sitting here trying to do the bare minimum, and I hope I want to be successful, but to really I'm doing it to prove it doesn't work? Or am I sitting here blaming myself for every little thing, and I'm truly trying to make the best of it? And if you sit down and humbly ask yourself that question, you'll realize that most of you are on the negative side, which I argue is a positive thing because that means you have the most room to grow. And it means you have the most untapped potential. If you're already on the positive side, well then, cool. If you're on the negative side, look how much room you have to grow. Look how much potential you have that you have not unleashed or unlocked. That will surge your growth. It'll be insane. Ask yourself that question. Jim.